Imagine you are a 14-year-old Iranian immigrant to Canada and you play a musical instrument that no one plays. With determination and skill, you're able to build a musical career, start an award-winning ensemble, tour the world, while at the same time creating indelible work. This is the story of Breathings, a musical project that has been years in the making, brought to life by Kia Tabassian.
Yes, hello, my name is Kia Tabassian. I'm a musician, sitar player and composer, and also artistic director of Constantinople.
Constantinople is a musical ensemble founded in 2001. They engage in exciting cross-cultural musical exchanges that incorporate musical elements from diverse musical traditions. They anchor music's place in the heart of the community and create connections between cultures, periods, styles, and people. Breathings is a project that explores the themes of nature, sound, and the human experience and our relationship with them. We were keen to find out how it all began.
It has been a long-term project in my mind. With Constantinople, I create every year maybe 2, sometimes 3 new projects. These are projects that are somehow steaming in my mind for years before really coming to the concrete stage of being as a concert. Breathing came to my mind when I met Darlene Gijuminag. I met her here in Montreal because I was searching for a musician from Mi'kmaq community, and I was referred to her, and I heard some of her music. And she had a little video on YouTube, and from the very beginning moment that I heard her music, I felt that there is something very deep, and that's the kind of voice and person that I would like to meet.
Darlene's music spoke to Kia on a deep level. It was the perfect starting point for his project.
And that meeting was very crucial for me. It seemed like we understood each other very well, and lots of things that she was describing me as ceremonies, or how she approached the sound and the place that the music has in her life, and the relationship between the nature and the music, and this omnipresence of sounds of the nature in her music, in her voice, way of singing, way of drumming, and the beats that she takes, where it comes from, and what inspires her to get to this beat.
Kia did not stop the search with Darlene. He continued the search to bring together different musicians that perfectly balance out the ensemble. Here's how he put the group together.
Each program, I'm really thinking of musical needs that we have for each program. So in this very particular program, I thought, okay, Darlene, she's kind of a central point, but to balance this, I need another voice to dialogue with her voice, this idea of nomadism in music. So I wanted to have this element from a completely very far away tradition that is far away, but at the same time very similar. So I invited this Tuvan singer. As also this concept of breathing is as a very basic act of being for any human being, was kind of central point of this creation. I thought to invite also to have in the ensemble a fantastic ney player. Ney is a wood instrument, wind instrument from Persia. So I wanted to have this sound also in the ensemble. Also Didem Bashar, who plays the kanun. It's a psalterium from many traditions around Middle East and Mediterranean. And Patrick Graham, who is the percussionist of the group, and myself in the group. And we have also a double bass in the group.
Mixing different cultures and musical traditions can be challenging even for the best of musicians. The creation of Breathings was no exception. Here are some of the struggles that they faced. At their first rehearsal, there was some difficulties with differences in musical style between Darlene and Kia.
At the beginning, somehow shy to let herself go in presence of my instrument. Where she was singing alone, she knew it was very clear, but as soon as we started to improvise, at the beginning it was, she was shy, but I found a way to make herself comfortable. And at one point, she started to create. And it was like she's sending me messages. Like, yeah, it just comes. I have so many inspirations, and it was so fun to be in this process together and to create. So she composed some pieces for this program and some singing, some poems, and what I do with in this program, I take her ideas, her music, and I rearrange it for the ensemble, or I add some instrumental parts.
Once the ball was rolling, and given the impressive variety of music traditions, the group needed to do some fine-tuning to achieve the sound Kia envisioned.
There are some more musical difficulties, let's say, technical difficulties, because we do have different temperaments in our musical instruments and different tunings. So to get all the instruments sound perfectly together, well together, in tune together, because again we have different tuning systems. We had to pass through different stages of, okay, let's get this interval a little smaller, this interval a little longer. Again, that's part of the process, and the beauty of the music. That yes, music is a universal language, but every music is different.
On Friday, September 30th, Constantinople will play a concert at Brunton Auditorium at Mount Allison University. It's the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, a federal statutory day where Canadians recognize the survivors of residential schools and those who never returned home. With Darlene's blessing, Kia and the rest of Constantinople will play Breathings for the first time in Sackville on that day. Kia says playing the show is a way of acknowledging the idea of reconciliation.
Well, Darlene, she has the knowledge of this very deep and old tradition, and she's bringing in her identity, and this identity is somehow in dialogue and in face-to-face with the identity of the other musical members of the group. And this creates a new identity itself. This concert is not about Megamak music, it's not about Persian music, it's not about Tuvan music, but it's about this new identity which is forged or formed by the meeting of these musicians and people. So this new identity for me, is the idea of reconciliation. And for me, we need to respect each other for sure. We need to believe in each other, respect each other, but we need to build a new identity together, to go to another stage of being and being together. So for us, it's kind of a symbol of this reconciliation. And without that, well, in that very particular day, that would be a good proposition to share with the audience.
In today's age, music has a very important role to play in our society. From Kia's point of view, the music he makes is aimed to help people reconnect with each other and to themselves.
I think the music helps to go in that direction. The music that we do is looking there. So it's taking also the audience somehow, sometimes very consciously, sometimes unconsciously, into this direction, to have a little deeper view of things.
This audio documentary was created by Aaron Litvak, Nicholas Lee, and Zaid Hassan, students of Mount Allison University. It was a part of a first-year class called Music, Culture, and Context, taught by Dr. Linda Pearse, audio production and training by Matt Tunnacliffe. You can find more documentaries in this series at mta.ca/music and follow the links under the Student Opportunities tab. Support for this project came from CEWIL and Mount Allison University. You can see Constantinople live on stage as part of the Sackville Festival of Early Music, which runs from September 26th to October 1st, 2023 in Sackville, New Brunswick. Thanks for listening.